Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Anime-chan. I'm going to watch My Hero Academia Season 4 Episode 15. Currently, I'm live on Twitch, but I'm recording this video at the same time so that later I can upload it to YouTube, and everyone that obviously couldn't come to the Twitch live stream, you can still rewatch it with me. Okay, Conrenon says hello. Matty says hello. Nick is leaving because he's behind on these episodes. Other Matty says see you later. I've got Eurovision courage to watch. What's Eurovision courage? Jev says hello. JR Lloyd says hello. Granddaddy Otaku Master is here. Sotos is here. And there's other people too. Mike, Adam, Soge King, and Blackblade. Blackblade started tonight with 1,000 bits, so it's off to a great start. You guys know how the timer thing works. You have your episode open in another screen, so I think some like browsers you can have two windows open, or it works, I don't know. But for me, how I do this is computer screen, phone screen. I watch the reaction on my phone. I watch the episode on my laptop or whatever. And when I press play, you press play. There should be a link in the description that takes you to a tweet that explains to you exactly how to do it, with a lot of replies from other people showing like how they do it. Okay, so let me put my earphones in, and then we're going to start watching. In Firefox is the picture-in-picture function. Exactly. Firefox, go. Nergal says multiple monitors for the win. I am turning off my alerts because I don't like that popping up while I watch. Matty says ultra widescreen for the win. Okay, so the episode is open in front of me. It starts at obviously 000000, and it starts with where we ended last time, the truck on its side and fucking flames coming out from there because the villain people had their moment. They had their walking down the street, we're evil bitches moment. It was a great moment. I saw the tweets about it not looking as good in the manga. I think we got some great scenes despite that, and the manga's always going to be better, like 9 out of 10 times, no matter what you do. It's a completely different world. I did not have a problem with that scene. Still looked pretty badass to me. So yeah, let's see what this episode has in store for us. I'm going to count down from 3, and then when I say 1, after that you'll hear a click, and when you hear the click, that's when you press play with me. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'll tell you when the opening starts. Will this be the end of Overhaul for real, for real? I'm still wondering that. New opening song! I forgot! Oh my god, this is so happy! Ah, it's so cute! School festival? It's so colorful! Remember, I need to say something about her afterwards, please. Someone make a note. This is so great! That guy makes me think of a character in Higurashi. Smoldering flames? This seems like a setup. No. Yeah, I knew it couldn't be that easy. This guy has such a scary presence. Yep, I knew it couldn't be that easy. Yeah, you should stay with her. That's the most important thing. No, you need to stay there. You can erase her quirk. It's important. Imagine if the whole story was about them and then that happened. No, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's like the kind of person that I look up to. Birthday 420, like spicy food. They're like the opposite, basically. And in many ways. One day we'll find out what that girl looks like. Somehow, one day. I love Ida. Have some chocolate cake. Have it. Have it. I think this is a lot of growth for her. Note, talk about her growth. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Triple one means you can make a wish. Sotos. Hop a step. Here we go. Just a bus for the two of them. Whoa. Wait, did he hang up on his dad or was just after the conversation? He already did. Ah! I like this guy. He's funny. Ooh, is it that girl? Now we get to meet the real her. She's very forward. I like her. Where was the real her before? Toga. She was, I don't know, Toga got her blood and then Toga was her. We don't know that person, the bunny girl. I think I've seen her in Waifu Wars though. Oh, is this when they were younger? There's Prison Mike. That looks like... Oh, that looks like Mirio and... Tamaki? Look at Toga! that Hawkeye? What does Kawari Tai mean? Plus Ultra. I like this. This looks pretty cool. This here. Wait. This looks cool, right? What is the plan for tonight? Well, I'm going to talk about this episode, and then I'm gonna stop streaming and upload it, and then I'm gonna come back for probably Vinland Saga. I will probably stream it here on Twitch with the screen. I love the new ending and opening. I especially love the new opening. It's so fun. Do you have your ballroom a Yokoso reaction on Patreon? Yes. My axes are ready. Actually, what I want to do is, just give me a sec. I want to screenshot, what do you guys think would make a good not profile picture, thumbnail picture for today's episode. Bakugo will get a lot of character development in the few coming episodes. Thought you'd like that. I would prefer if you don't tell me stuff like that. Like, let me see it as it happens. I mean, it's not particularly spoilery, but just for future reference, I would prefer to find that out as it happens, you know? Matty, don't worry, you didn't have to time him out. I did see it, and he knows now, I'm sure. 12. I don't know about Mirio in the hospital bed. This episode didn't feel, I would rather like Mirio smiling or I don't, oh, do you mean in the hospital bed, like smiling, or, you know, in that scene? Did you mean that? Where is it actually? Let me just quickly see here. Okay, it was around this 7 minutes 43 seconds. Just a zoomed in picture of Keitan's wig collection instead of anything sad. The only problem with Crunchyroll is if I'm on here, like, it takes so long to buffer, but it looks better now. I just want a picture of him smiling, maybe. Get the chocolate cake as a thumbnail. Chocolate cake does sound especially delicious. So I wanted to talk about, what's the girl with the guitar? Yes, Sotos, I will definitely make you a mod here too, but first I need to add you to the mod chat so you can just read through the mod rules first, so you understand how modding, you know, is supposed to go. Angry Bakugo, to be honest. Oh, Jiro? Yes. I wanted to say something about her. Wait, I'm not getting a good... Did I miss a good smile face? Where's the final... Something like that. Oh, look at that. As Lemillion, who'll save a million. That was really sweet. I don't know, I'm having... Smoldering Flames, though. Does anyone have an idea why that was the title Smoldering flames. To me, the first thing that comes to mind is Endeavor. Yeah, Jeff says that too. Endeavor maybe, but I mean, he was such a small part of the episode, but it could, or use the meteor shot from the opening. What meteor shot from the opening? Fuck, I'm just gonna choose it here, and then what about this? What about the like that? Because it's a new opening, and I think that's my favorite part about the episode, right? So 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Shut up. In entire class 1A, whose quirk do you like? Honestly, if I had to choose one for myself, I would love Bakugo's quirk. It's so explosive. I love big, loud powers. Like, it's really in your face. Like, if I'm gonna have a fucking power, that's the one I want to have. One that, like, says in your face, this is my power. Something like that. But I also like... I can tell you that I don't like the tail quirk. That's kind of creepy to me. And also the guy who grows body parts. Not my thing. That's why I was so... When a specific power of a specific character in One Piece was revealed, that's why I was particularly kind of like... I was kind of like, ugh, you know? But I've come to enjoy, or how do I say, like that quirk. That power. But for this guy, what is his name? The guy that, you know, his mouth grows out and then he talks like this. I don't know. I don't like that. Also the tail one, I'm not a big fan of. Uraraka's quirk, Mina's quirk, love hers. I noticed there's a lot of groups of 4 being developed. Like friendships, like buddies. Kelly, your power is awesomeness. In your face. Oopsies. Let me just quickly do this. There we go. Okay, so we were talking about Jiro, the girl with the musical, like she can plug it in, like, you know. I didn't really understand how to explain her quirk. We've seen her use it. We've seen how she uses it. Like, she can listen and stuff. But is it like it has to do with vibrations? Like, I am not sure entirely. But I do love her character. And so recently, let me not talk. Let me focus on talking. Recently, very recently, like yesterday or something, I saw on Twitter someone calling Jiro a he. And often in my, like a lot in my videos, comment sections, people call me he, but a lot of times I've seen people say she's a she, and then the person replies and says, oh, they're like Spanish, or they speak Spanish, I mean, and they're like, they don't know, you can see their English isn't great, like what they're saying, he and she isn't the only thing they're getting mixed up. So I understand how difficult it is to know when to use the right pronouns when it's not in your language. And I saw this tweet about someone calling Jiro, saying he looks so happy or something. And then someone retweeted it saying, use the right pronouns, so fucking stupid, blah, 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 blah. And they were being like really harsh. And this got like thousands of likes. And I thought maybe that person was like just using accidentally, like maybe they speak Spanish and maybe they really used the wrong pronoun, like whatever. And they weren't, I think, what it could, cause I replied at first to the original tweet, and I was like, don't worry, I'm a second language English speaker too. I don't always know when to use R, N, there's stuff that I get confused too. But then I read through some of the replies and I realized, okay, so this wasn't a mistake. This was actually like, apparently some people like to they're calling it head canon or something, and in their head canon, so in their fantasy, this character is apparently trans, like I guess female to male trans character. And I personally didn't see, watch the big issue, but I understand, I guess, if your whole life people are telling you look more like a boy than a girl, like it would suck. I understand that it's not like, you shouldn't, just because a girl likes wearing boy clothes, or like, that doesn't make you trans. I understand that, but I was confused why it was such a huge deal, because at the same time I've often had fantasies about, like, let's say female characters in anime that are straight, and I'm like, oh my god, I would totally, if I were in that world and she was lesbian, like, I like, fantasies, when does it become, like, I understand, on some level I understand where you're coming from, but this is a fictional character. She's not gonna feel hurt if you imagine in your mind that she's lesbian, or if you imagine in your mind, like, I don't know, it seemed like it just, with regards to the replies and how that person was swearing about it, like, fuck your headcanon and fuck this, you can't fucking and I understand swearing, don't get me wrong, I swear all the time, but they seemed really offended by it, and I was just wondering, is this something we should be so offended about? I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm not condoning it, I'm asking, because I don't know how this shit works. I'm still learning myself, and I'm just curious. Was it that, like, is it, because what if fucking Ben Affleck is in a relationship and yet you fantasize about him in a relation, his Batman, because what, is Ben Affleck Batman? Wasn't he Batman for a while? Like, what if you fantasize, like, Ben Affleck, you fantasize in your headcanon, you ship him with, like, I don't know, whatever, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what if Taylor Swift is in a loving, committed relationship, and yet you write fan fiction about you and Taylor Swift falling in love and finding romance, and should Taylor Swift be offended because it's not real? Or, like, I don't know, it's just confusing. People get really offended often these days, and I totally understand. I get offended too by some stuff. I'm just wondering, like, even me, when I get offended, should I get offended by everything? Like, I mean, what I'm trying to specifically in this case, this is anime, so maybe I shouldn't, I don't mean it like there is a real person and in your headcanon they are trans. Like, I get that would hurt that real person, but hasn't fan fiction always been a part of the otaku culture? Like, isn't fan fiction about shipping your favorite characters even if they're not in a relationship? Isn't it about shipping your OC with your favorite character even if your character is officially in a relationship with another character in the story? Why draw the line at, like, what if someone is trans and they identify with this character for different reasons, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, let's keep it related to anime though. I didn't want to bring up like real life stuff because there's so much to consider. It can almost get too much. So narrowing it down to anime, specifically fan fiction, headcanon, whatever you want to call it. I was just wondering, what do you guys think? shipping is the best part. Well, the thing is, the person acted like it was a fact at first, which is why they got attacked. But after that, they started saying that was headcanon. Oh, okay, so that's what it was. Yeah, they acted like it was a fact for a long time. Then people get annoyed and got aggressive. Okay. Shoto X Bakugo is best ship. Yeah, tons of people, like, even if we don't know what their sexual orientations are at this point, tons of people ship male characters, female characters, male and female characters. Like, it's just, to me, it just didn't seem like such a thing to get so aggressive about. But I understand if the person was acting like it was a fact for a long time, like Jev says, then people got annoyed and got aggressive. So in that case, I understand if they were acting like, well, for real, I understand it, because I got pretty frustrated too back in when people were saying something about a certain character's sexuality and talking about the factualness, like the author said, and I'm like, nah, did the author really say? And I mean, even if the author says so, the fan fiction side is fine, but then we can't pretend that it's not, that it's fact, because the author at the end of the day, they are the it's their stories, their characters, so you can't, and theories are fine, but the moment that the author, I think, confirms something, then it becomes fact. And it's still fiction, but what else can we base it on if not the author's fact, you know? Jev says, the My Hero Academia fan base seem to have a big following that ships gay relationships, but maybe it's just because I read a lot more about it than other shows. Havana X Vivi is the best ship. Like, there are fictional characters, we can have any headcanon we want. The amount of yaoi, the jinshis of My Hero Academia is unreal. The My Hero Academia fanbase has been dangerous habit of shipping and making porn of the high school age characters. Okay, but then that's that whole Nezuko, NSFW Nezuko stuff. I guess it depends on the age of the person making, like, cause I know a lot of people who, like, had sexual relations when they were in high school. I had sexual relations when I was in high school, but I only lost my virginity when I was 18. Was I 18? I was 18. I was still in high school, but I was 18. I think, I don't remember the date, okay? I'm not that, like, nostalgic or whatever. So I understand, like, that kind of thoughts are going to exist. These characters are in high school. They're gonna have hormones and shit. So I understand if a 17-year-old is writing about his fantasies with two gay characters, two lesbian characters. If a girl is exploring her own sexualities and she writes a story about Ochako and Mina finding, you know, themselves, like, whatever. Art is whatever. But it becomes, I understand why it becomes weird when a 27-year-old starts writing fan fiction about high school characters. I understand that it feels weird. So I'm not going to say anything about that. But what if the 27, I'm 26, I'm not basing this on me, I don't write fan fiction about these characters, just FYI. But what if a 23-year-old writes a fan fiction about these characters after high school, like when they're pro heroes and it happens to have a sexual aspect to it? What about that? Thank you, Hasamuru. This isn't unique to My Hero Academia, but the majority cast is young, so it's concerning. The Nezuko one was weird because it was an aged up version of Nezuko in one case, and they still acted as though it was an underage character when the specific point was that they were older. Yes. Whoa, Kayla is not a virgin? Oh shit, did I just fucking spoil your image of me? Was I meant to be like a wholesome anime girl that has never been touched by the hands of a man? Sorry guys, spoiler alert. I'm a dirty bitch. Dirty slut? How do I say that? I'm joking, I'm not. I've been in a committed monogamous relationship for 3.5 years I'm clean now. I doubt fan fictions are written by people in high school. Excuse me, I wrote fan fiction when I was in high school. I actually, a little while ago, we read fan fiction in a live stream that I wrote when I was in high school, when I still had time to do shit like that. I can tell you now, I can swear to you now, half of the fan fiction about anime is written by high school kids, especially My Hero Academia. I'm sorry, but that thinking that only people 20 and up write fan fiction is not right. The only time I ever wrote fan fiction was in high school. I'm here for Bible verses, not curses. Yeah, like when people ask, like, how many comments have I gotten now about people asking me to swear less? I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not 5 or 12. My channel is not marked safe for children. Go take your prudeness and shove it up your cupcake. But I mean, the most that is available online is mostly by middle-aged Japanese men. Well, I can't say, I don't know. I don't read pornographic My Hero Academia fanfiction, so I don't really know who writes the specific fanfiction about them being in high school and whatever and doing whatever. I can't say who the authors are. I haven't looked into it that much, but I can tell you that I have read fanfiction and I have written fanfiction, and I have only done so when I had time to do so in high school. And if I look on Tumblr, like, most Tumblr posts are by, like, high school kids are on Tumblr. Fanfictions that I've seen on Tumblr is clearly high school kids. Japan is weird anyway, so no surprise there. She would write plenty of fanfiction if she had time to do so. Indeed, indeed. If I had the time to do so, I would write many a fanfiction about legal characters. Headcanon should be kept in your head or share it with people who you know won't get offended and not... But no, that's silly. Saying you're not allowed to share your... That's like saying, oh, you're not... You can be gay, but don't share it with the world. Like, no. If you want to, like, do what you want. It's a person's choice if they want to be offended or not. As long as you're not breaking any laws, I don't really see the problem. Because it gets so difficult where to draw the line. How old is Havana? I wrote it down somewhere. I think she's like 20. She's definitely not 19. I wanted to make her 20 or older. Thank you for following Lala Shon. Okay, so anyway, that is a huge conversation with a lot of... It can dive off in a lot of different directions. So it's not something we're going to settle now. It's just something I thought was interesting and I was curious about. And like I said before, I was not aware that this person was arguing that it was, like, real. I thought it was just, like, them in their mind, like, having their moment. And someone took it, like, very aggressively, offensively, you know? But if they took it that way because the person was arguing, it's canon. So anyway... I want to talk about the rest of the episode now. The opening is awesome. Let's start with that. I will do this. Wait, give me a second. Okay, opening, awesome. Love how colorful it is. Here, we were given some very important information. All for One did not only raise one kid, you know, he seems to have, I don't know if this is the only other, this isn't a kid, I mean, what? There's clearly a lot we don't know, and All for One is still, like, the main guy, like, he might be operating from the shadows, but he set all of this into motion, right? So, that is something to keep in mind. Let me just keep... I didn't catch all of this. Chisaki, arrested for the abduction and confinement of a young girl, is the young head of the designated villain group, Shie Hasaikai. As police were transporting him, they were attacked by the League of Villains. During this incident, Snatch, who was there as backup for the escort, was killed. There were also a number of police officers injured. This attack on a villain in transport is an unprecedented failure. This is all they've been reporting since yesterday. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got everything there. Isn't it blah blah blah? They're all fine except Eri and Mirio. This whole scene with Mirio was awesome. He's such an inspiring character. Literally, like, wow. I've known him for such a short amount of time, and yet he is so... Fun fact, Gigantomachia appeared in season 2, and not a spoiler, he is the big guy in Kirishima's backstory. Oh, we saw a little snippet of that, didn't we? Imagine not having a cake emote. Could never be me. You mean a badge? I want an Uraraka focused arc. That's what I've been saying from the very beginning of My Hero Academia. Like, there are so many characters, and we want all of them to have an arc, because there's people that relate with different characters. I think so far they've done a great job of showing us focusing on different characters at different times. Sometimes too good of a job, because often the characters getting some outshine the main character. For me personally, badge was the word, I forgot. I'm so glad Kirishima was a big focus early this season. Yeah, like, but I guess that's just me. Not just me, I understand there are other people who feel the same way, but I'm sure that there are also huge Deku fans who does not feel he is outshined. So, but for me, I have to say that sometimes the other characters that get their moments, they end up outshining Deku for me. Even Mirio in a couple of episodes, has, you know, I feel like I want a whole season. Imagine we had 4 seasons of Mirio and Tamaki and the cute girl whose name I forget the whole time. Imagine if we had them as the main characters, and then it led up to this moment where he lost his quirk and Night Eye died. Imagine if that had been it, like, and then wouldn't that be something so different from what I've never watched anything like that, where his quirk wasn't easy to control growing up. He wasn't born super strong, fucking, amazing. He had to train hard, so there would also have been that training arc struggle. There would have been a Tamaki arc, the blue-haired girl arc, and a lot of pro hero stuff too. But then imagine at this point, imagine his mentor died. He lost his quirk. That would have been like unprecedented. I feel like that really would have put this show, like, it's already one of my favorites, but not very high. But if that happened, I would have been fucking blown away. Imagine what they could have done with that. And then he has this attitude still. And he chooses to work towards the day where could he get his quirk back? What is he gonna do now? There's so much, it could have been amazing, I'm not saying what we have is not amazing. I'm just saying, imagine that could have also been amazing. Hello, Joe Landlo. Wait till she has sexual relations with Eraserhead. That may have been hentai. Are you talking about Uraraka's arc? Does that happen? No, I'm joking. Obviously, that will not happen. He's gonna become a great cop. We'll see. I feel like, remember, it was still an experimental drug. They thought they had perfected it, but cures to shit are being found every other day, So, stuff that meant sure death 100 years ago, today is like, what, the common cold? Pff, take your medicine and leave me. You don't know. Mirio feels like he is the closest hero to All Might. What do you mean? I would love Meteor turning into a Batman-like hero. A hero with no powers. Oh! That could be cool. I think Horikoshi knew Meteor outshines Deku. He uses Meteor to show Deku what he should be. He maybe get it back if sure see him as a great hero. A hero does not necessarily mean powers, so we'll see what happens. But I hope that we will get more focus on him and his story. Okay, and then this was so cute to see them all so worried. She used to be like, she had a good reason for wanting to become a hero, but for her, it wasn't just about helping people. I think her main focus was about helping her parents. But now I think her main focus, her main goal has shifted. You know, I think this was a very moving moment for her, and how do I say, a catalyst in her character development for the future. Okay, I really like her character though. Bakugo is clearly in a worse mood than usual, but I'm sure that all of that has to do with him he's behind, you know, he's behind everyone else, and I'm sure that affects him a lot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. Same with Todoroki. He's obviously a lot more cool-headed compared to Kachan. But I'm still interested in seeing, because we've seen from, what was it, the first season or the second season, where it was the school and then when he used both sides, that whole thing. We've seen some of what his issue is. We've seen him work through some of it, but there's still so much unresolved issues there with his dad, and I look forward to seeing that being resolved. I don't see it being left the way it is. There's a lot of, like, his mom still being in the hospital. His family is so broken. I don't think that is where it's gonna be left, you know. I feel like it would be great to resolve that as part of the story, because it'll be interesting. It could make for a good story. This was funny. This part where he was poking Kachan. Poke was so funny. And then okay, they caught the one guy, but they didn't catch the other guy. Endeavor. It's been a while. I'll go watch your training tomorrow. He's funny. I like his character. She is exactly like what she looks like. I would love, like, if I sound creepy, well, then let that be it. I would love to see some of the characters dating each other. They are in high school. Falling in love is part of being in high school. So I would love to see some of the characters in relationships. I don't want to focus on their relationships. It would change the nature of the story. Relationships are complicated. Falling in love is complicated. Breaking up sucks. But just seeing, maybe just little hints, because they definitely have hinted at Deku and Uraraka liking each other. So just like hints like that, I'm fine with. It doesn't have to be a whole focus. It doesn't have to be a whole arc of someone falling in love. Like, that is not what the story is about. We don't want to shift the genre. I would just like Todoroki giving her his number. I mean, that was adorable. Like, I think it's cute. So I'm looking forward to some more stuff like that. Maybe a date episode, you know, just Deku and Uraraka. Although that would be a little bit cliche, because they're both, what are they going to do? Blush, sips milkshake, blush. you're looking cute, blush. Like, I don't want, oh my god, whatever. But yeah. I swear I have words. I just don't know how to say things without being offensive sometimes. Like, I would like to see a date episode, just one, after a big difficult arc, a date episode, whatever. It's not like I need it for the show to be good. The show's already good, but I'm just saying it would be fun. But I have to admit that if it was just Deku and Uraraka, I mean, it's kind of predictable and a little boring. But we'll see. I mean, they might blow me away and kiss on the first date. Who knows? Does that make me creepy to just think of that? Probably then. I don't know. Keitan likes her spicy relationships. It doesn't have to be spicy. It also, I mean, we also don't necessarily want the what's the tsundere trope. Like, sorry, I'm gonna offend a bunch of people now, but Toradora, so lovely, so much fun to watch. Still an 8 in my book. I'm sure I gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm just saying it was pretty predictable. The whole tsundere thing, baka, don't kiss me. I don't know, but I just want something different, a little bit different. You know, it doesn't have. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course I was speaking about tsundere in general, but Toradora was the first tsundere storyline to pop into my head. That's why. I mean, tsundere, give me tsundere with like Yuri tsundere. I don't know, that's something different. Give me 2 tsundere. I don't think, has anyone ever watched a show where 2 tsundere characters like fall in love? I don't know, I have never. Usually it's the one meek one and the one tsundere one and the blah 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 blah. I don't know, I'm just saying, I don't mind tsundere, but do it right. Kaguya-sama. Oh, were they 2 tsundere? Bakugo, tsundere, when? Steins Gate. You should read Stalker. That sounds creepy. Both were never honest about their feelings. Okay, but who is honest about their feelings up front ever? Anyone? I'm talking about like real tsundere trope characters. Even if you think about it in that way, even Taiga from Toradora wasn't too tropey tsundere. Like, she didn't do the whole, it's not like I want you to kiss me thing, you know? She is, yeah, she's a tsundere, but I think not too tropey. Okay, any other questions about this episode specifically? Otherwise, I'm gonna stop the recording, upload it to YouTube. I wonder if I can stream and upload at the same time. Do you guys think that's possible? Casca best tsundere. Oh, Casca. Yeah, Casca is also a realistic. To me, Casca is realistic tsundere, like not annoying. I like Casca. In Dragon Ball, Vegeta is basically a tsundere. I have not watched so much of Dragon Ball Z. Matty say yes, I agree. What's that? Better to start once upload is done. True. It won't take long. It'll take like 15 minutes, so it's fine. Casca was annoying. I loved Casca. I think she was really realistic considering her circumstances. But okay, now we're talking about Berserk. So, final thoughts on this episode. It was great. I am very excited for this arc. Whatever the opening is, the best part, Mirio is so inspiring. And I look forward to Bakugo and Todoroki's whatever they're doing, you know? So, okay. So I'm gonna finish the video here, as well as the stream. I will upload the stream, like the playback, to YouTube, and then Mike will be editing it with the screen on top for patrons, and then I'll be back in like 20 minutes. Let's say 20 minutes. I'm gonna go maybe get something else to drink, and yes, I will see you guys 20 minutes, and we're going to watch Vinland Saga on Twitch here, okay? I'm on episode... Wait, let me just check. 5 and 6. So we'll be watching Vinland Saga episode 5 and 6, and if there's time after that, we'll either be watching Bleach or the Runway anime. Okay. So, wow, you won 102,300 otakoi. Nice. Good job, Vic. Congratulations. I'll see you guys next week for the next My Hero Academia episode. Remember, just check in the description for my Twitch link. So if you want to watch it live with a timer on Twitch, I'll be doing that. Okay, enough awkwardness. Bye.